Hello and welcome to another episode of Full Sports Press. I'm your host, Brian Hill. This is the sports show that wonders if Kyrie Irving's sneakers will be hosting an ayahuasca retreat after the NBA Finals, because whoever came up with this design must have been tripping on drugs. A few weeks ago, Chiefs kicker and man who wants so hard to prove he's not gay, he chose to kick balls for a living, Harrison Butker, gave a commencement speech at Benedictine College where he basically told women their life's accomplishments don't mean shit compared to their true vocation of pushing a parasitic screaming plant out of their hoo-ha.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother.
Needless to say, the media backlash was swift.
Super Bowl champion Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker getting some backlash after his commencement speech at a Catholic university.
Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker is facing harsh criticism after a controversial commencement speech that he gave at Benedictine College's graduation this weekend.
We are used to watching Harrison Butker on the football field with the Chiefs as he helped kick their way to multiple Super Bowl victories. But now, after giving a commencement speech at Benedictine College, he's facing backlash surrounding some of the comments.
The Chiefs player also invoking a Taylor Swift lyric while criticizing priests.
Because as my teammate's girlfriend says, familiarity breeds contempt.
Swifties wasting no time responding. I dare Harrison Butker to tell Taylor Swift she has no value unless she is a wife, mother, and homemaker.
Now, we here at Full Sports Press, we get it. We're of a progressive nature, and we're fully aware that his ideas are antiquated and to a good amount of people straight up offensive. But we as a society need to understand that some people are into some weird ass shit. Harrison's weird ass shit just so happens to be that he wants an obedient woman who's excitedly perched on the windowsill, just waiting for him to get home. To me, that sounds like a dog you can get pregnant. No thank you. And the idea of wanting my wife, the woman I love, to stay alone, home with our children and the place where we live seems like something you wouldn't wish upon your worst enemy. Kids are terrible. That's why we believe that people need to take a look at Butker's comments not as a social or bigoted issue that needs to be raged against, but rather the same way you'd view someone with an obscure fetish. Let your mind drift for a moment. Instead of hearing his views on marriage, subservient women, and his disdain for Pride Month as outdated doctrine, just imagine he's talking about his love of barefooted woman's toes, stepping into an assortment of cakes, loaves of bread, and various viscosities of mud. Or better yet, imagine he's preaching about the warm and intoxicating way cake farting makes him feel inside. When you do that, it allows you to pull back from the outrage because gross, cake farting, that's a thing. Haven't really delved deep into that world, but based on my core set of values and love of cakes, it doesn't seem like something I'd be into. Did I have to watch a couple videos to wrap my head around the idea? Sure. Do I currently have several tabs on my web browser open with said videos queued for more vigorous deep dive? None of your goddamn business. But honestly, who am I to say no to his love of cake farting as long as he's farting on consenting adults' cakes? Maybe when he was a kid, he saw an angel fart in a cake and it changed his whole perspective on the world. Maybe his relationship with his wife really blossomed on that fateful day when she squatted down on the kitchen counter and let one rip into a perfectly crafted red velvet birthday cake. I don't know, but that's his thing. That's what he lusts for. Just because I like my cake sans ass cheeks doesn't mean I should take offense. He wasn't talking to my wife or my daughter. He was speaking to a university full of cake farters. And to be honest, it would almost be a bit out of place if he didn't bring up cake farting at a historically cake farting university. And yes, I know there were probably plenty of non-cake farting women in that audience, but they should have known that this was a possibility, because when you attend a school that wears their love of cake farting on their sleeve as a badge of honor, you can't be surprised when they try to shove it down your throat. So let's forget all the outrage, because we all have to understand that just because you're not a fan of eating shit-covered cake doesn't mean other people won't gobble that crap up, even with the threat of pink eye.